a very good afternoon to everyone. On the behalf of University School of Education, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, I welcome Professor Vinod Shenwal and all the participants of the Faculty Development Program on the theme National Education Policy, a Roadmap for Future India. It's our proud and privilege to have with us Professor Vinod Shenwal as a resource person for the today's session. We welcome you, sir. Namaskar. And formally, we begin the program once we play the Kulgeet of our university. So for that, I request Paras and Bani Preet to please play the Kulgeet of our university. Then after we can begin the session. Over to you, Bani.
लाएंगे हम सच का सवेरा, गुरु कृपा का होगा बसेरा। विद्या की लो और लगन से हट जाएगा यह तुम घनेरा। इस धरा से आसमां तक हम बना ले अपनी ज्ञान गरिमा। अपने श्रम से कौशलों से हम बढ़ा ले अपनी मान महिमा। फैल जाए अपनी सुगंध हर दिशा में, प्रगति पथ पर ख्याति अपनी हो हवा में। बादलों से ऊंची अपनी उड़ान, हम करेंगे विश्व का
Thank you, Bani Preet and Paras, for playing the beautiful song of our university. So before we begin the session and before I invite Professor Vinod Shenwal, I want to introduce sir to all the participants. Professor Vinod Shenwal is currently working as a head Department of Education and Training, School of Humanities and Social Sciences at Gautam Bodh University. And Professor Dhananjay Joshi has also joined. I can see sir has joined. So we welcome you, sir. Before joining to Gautam Bodh University, Dr. Shenwal also worked as associate professor with Fiji National University, which is very renowned international university. Dr. Shenwal had been awarded Research Associate Fellowship from the Indian Council of Medical Research, New Delhi. He had carried out his postdoctoral research work at Institute of Human Behavior and Allied Sciences, Delhi. Sir is also recipient of the prestigious award like Young Scientist, PB Bookshare Award, ESDA Green Awards, and many more. His name has also been figured in Emerging Indians 2007 under the Science Technology category. Dr. Shenwal is one of the pioneer researchers in the field of emotional intelligence. He had been principal investigator and co-investigator for various research projects funded by different agencies, including the ICSSR. Sir has contributed 3 books on emotional intelligence. One of them was published by Nova Science Publishers of New York. He has written more than 3 dozens of papers, including the book chapters, research papers, and articles for the books, journals, magazines, and attended more than 2 dozens of conference seminars at national and international level. His work has figured in the prestigious publications like Fizzy Times, The Hindu, Kurukshetra, and Every Month Science, etc. His areas of interest are stress management, value education, psychosocial issues, and emotional intelligence. Sir had been also the panel of some few renowned organizations like Nexus EQ, World Associate of Value Education, WAVE, and
am I audible?
ISMAS, etc. We welcome you, sir.
आपकी आवाज बहुत कम आ रही है अंजलि.
Yes, now I would like
Hello.
to invite Professor Dhananjay Joshi, Dean, University School of Education, and the Director of this Faculty Development Program for the welcome address. Sir, over to you, Dhananjay sir.
Hello everyone. Am I
Ji, sir.
audible?
Yes, you are audible, sir.
Thank you, Anjali. I
Perfectly.
take the opportunity to welcome our own friend, our own colleague, and brother, elder brother, our Professor Vinod Shanwal from Gautam Buddha University. He is a well-known personality in the field of emotional intelligence. He is a well-known figure in the research, heading GBU Department of Education. Vinodji, thank you very much for accepting our invite. There are some technical glitches. For that, we are sorry. That I could not able to see you, but I'm sure that we are very much connected, and thanks for sparing your valuable time. ये बहुत ही बढ़िया हमारा मंच है जिससे हम लोग मिल पा रहे हैं और आज हमारे बीच में आप आए हैं. मैं आपका आभारी हूं और this is a galaxy of our eminent participants from different universities of India and abroad. And the FDP is very important, new policy of education, a roadmap of न्यू इंडिया. एंड आई बिलीव दैट आप जो है आज अपने संभाषण से और अपने प्रबोधन से हमें लाभान्वित करेंगे. आपने अपना मूल्य समय दिया, मैं आपका शुक्रगुजार हूं. और इस पूरे कार्यक्रम के लिए हमारे सारे
सर का वॉइस चला गया, आई थिंक. Sir is audible to all of you?
No, ma'am. Sir's
No.
voice is not there.
No, I think we have a connectivity issue there.
Yeah, I think so. Thank you, Dr. Shalini. Professor Sangeeta Chauhan has also joined. So, what to do? I think we can begin the session. Dhananjay sir, we can see sir is there.
We can start now.
Sir is there, we can see, but I think we are not able to hear, sir.
Therefore, I'm saying, Anjali, we should proceed forward, right?
Yes. So, thank you so much, sir. And now the house is open for you. Again, we'll welcome you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Professor Dhananjay. The patron of the FDP, Padam Shri Professor Mahesh Verma ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Guru Govind Singh Indraprastha University, the registrar and the director of the program, and a dear friend, Professor Dhananjay Joshi, coordinator Dr. Anjali Shokin, organizing committee, respected Professor Sangeeta Chauhan, Dr. Shalini Yadav, Dr. Amit Ahuja, and learned academicians and dear friends. A very good afternoon to you all. It's really my privilege to be here. We have a very good relationship with the IP team. Dr. Dhananjay Joshi, Dr. Shalini, Dr. Amit, we all are very good friends. We used to interact on several important issues. And Dr. Dhananjay, who is a very good writer, poet, and real academician. So it's my privilege to be here on this platform. So without taking much of your time, I will just start my presentation. I have divided this presentation into 3 different sections. First section is related to what is important for us. Second, how do we execute it? And third is what practices are being followed at our university, at Gautam Buddha University. So I would like to share my presentation, or whenever you have any, say, issue related to my connectivity, my voice, or anything, kindly let me know.
Sure, sir. Definitely, we will tell you.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you see my PPTs?
Yes, yes, it is visible.
जी आपकी आवाज सुनाई अंजलि मेरी बात सुनाई दी थी सर के वेलकम है या नहीं
बिल्कुल सर,
भाई
बिल्कुल
साहब,
आपकी आवाज सुनाई
बिल्कुल
दी
सुनाई
बस।
दी थी। और आपको तो बिना आवाज से भी हम दिल से जोड़ के चलते हैं, तो उसमें कोई बात ही नहीं है।
हाँ, हाँ।
ऐसा विनोद जी तो हमारी स्थिति वो धृतराष्ट्र वाली हो रही है और अंजलि संजय की तरह हमें आंखों देखा हाल सुना देती हैं क्योंकि ग्लिचेस बहुत ज्यादा होते हैं, कई बार नहीं जुड़ पाते। आपसे मिलके वर्चुअल मोड पे भी बड़ी खुशी हुई है और मुझे लगता है कि मेरे को बस थोड़ा श्योर करना था कहीं आपकी शान में कोई गुस्ताखी ना हो गई हो।
क्या बात कर रहे हैं, क्या
आगे
बात कर रहे हैं? हम अपने घर में बैठे हैं भाई साहब, कोई ऐसी बात थोड़ी है। अपने घर में बैठे, अपने दोस्तों के मित्रों के साथ बैठे हैं।
जी बिल्कुल, यू आर पार्ट ऑफ फैमिली सर, मोस्ट वेलकम। वी हैव ऑनर्ड दैट यू हैव गिवन योर प्रीशियस टाइम। आपने इतना अमूल्य समय दिया है। ओवर टू यू। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you very much. Thank you. So today I have given the topic of pedagogical transformation in higher education in the light of National Education Policy 2020. As we all know that pedagogy is considered as an art and science of teaching. And ultimately we are moving towards technology because technology is changing the way we teach. And otherwise also, change is permanent, nothing is permanent except change. We have to follow the change. In earlier time also, we used to adapt several new things. Still, we have to change the way of our teaching. And more importantly, the ultimate purpose is just to make or just to facilitate the learning of the student. Our ultimate purpose is just to accommodate the students' learning, just to enhance the students' learning. And as transformation is marked as a change in the form or nature or appearance. And synonyms of transformation is change, alteration, modification, conversion, revision. So whenever we are just moving towards any new thing, sometimes we are planning to adapt some new changes or adapt something new. Sometimes it happens by accidentally. ये जो हमारी नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी है, ये तो एक बहुत ही वेल प्लान्ड डॉक्यूमेंट है, वेल थॉट ऑफ डॉक्यूमेंट है, एंड very senior renowned academicians put their brains and their heart and their soul in making this document. But there was an incident when this corona came into existence. That was a pandemic period. But during that pandemic also, we just immediately tried to switch over to online mode, for which we were not really prepared. और उस टाइम की टेक्नोलॉजी की अगर हम बात करें तो उसको हम ये भी कह सकते हैं कि that was emergency technology and that was an emergent situation. Whatever technology we just adapted during those days, that was an emergency and we were not prepared. Rather, our syllabus was designed for offline teaching and face-to-face mode, but we had to switch over to online mode to meet out the demands of the students. So, what is our ultimate purpose in teaching? Our ultimate purpose in teaching is just to manage the class. How to manage the class in a better way? So, we instruct and we help the students so that they could get rid of frustration, boredom, and confusion in the classroom. So what technologies are required to maintain that enthusiasm in the classroom? Ultimately, we have two important person here. One is our teacher. Teacher is also very important, and student is also important. So what we need to do so that our teachers are also enjoying when delivering, and our students are also enjoying while they are learning. हमारे स्टूडेंट्स और टीचर के दोनों के बीच में ऐसा क्या हम करें कि टीचर भी अपना खुशी खुशी पढ़ाएं और स्टूडेंट भी खुशी खुशी सीखें। अभी तक कुछ सालों से हमारे यहाँ आउटकम बेस्ड एजुकेशन ओबी का कॉन्सेप्ट भी चल रहा है, जिसमें ओबी में भी हम प्रोग्राम ऑब्जेक्टिव, कोर्स ऑब्जेक्टिव एंड अल्टीमेटली लर्निंग आउटकम के बीच में एक मैपिंग की हम बात करते हैं। तो कहीं ना कहीं हमें लगा है कि वर्ल्ड वाइड जो हमारा जो सिनेरियो है एजुकेशन का, डेफिनेटली वी आर रिच इन हेरिटेज। एंशिएंट टाइम से एजुकेशन हमारी बहुत अच्छी थी, बट कुछ कारणों से अगर हम थोड़ा सा और बेटर इसको कर सकें, जो भी कहीं कुछ कमियां रही हैं, क्योंकि हमें अल्टीमेटली लोकलाइजेशन को भी फोकस करना है, अल्टीमेटली वी हैव टू रीच टू ग्लोबल, वी हैव टू कम्पीट एट ग्लोबल लेवल। तो ग्लोबल लोकलाइजेशन टू ग्लोबलाइजेशन तक अगर हमें कम्पीट करना है, उसके लिए वी नीड टू फॉलो सर्टेन स्टैंडर्ड्स, and to follow those standards we need to follow certain changes. And what are those changes? We need to change our pedagogical structure also, pedagogical strategies also. So what are the qualities we just expect from an effective teacher? The effective teacher has a clear and well moderated speech. Whenever a teacher just deliver, whether that is online mode or whether that is offline mode, ultimately that should be well moderated speech and very clear. More importantly, that person and that teacher has a master of their material. One example which I would like to share with you, whenever we switched over to online teaching, all the material which we have constructed was made for face-to-face teaching. That material was not appropriate for online teaching, but we had to run our show. That's why we immediately switched over to online teaching. But students and teachers, after certain period of time, they started getting bored, because we need to follow different strategy for online teaching. We have different mechanism to run online teaching practices. Online teaching के लिए हमारे पास दूसरे mechanism हैं। कुछ दिनों के बाद स्टूडेंट्स में भी थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम शुरू हो गई थी और टीचर्स भी थोड़ा बोर होने शुरू हो गए थे, क्योंकि वहां पर जो प्रॉब्लम आई थी वो आई थी मटेरियल की। जो मटेरियल ऑफलाइन के लिए प्रिपेयर्ड था, उसमें ऑनलाइन में बच्चे ज्यादा एंजॉय नहीं कर सकते थे। देन वेल प्रिपेयर्ड एंड वेल ऑर्गेनाइज्ड, जिस तरीके से हम क्लासरूम में बच्चों के साथ इंटरेक्ट करते हैं, ultimately gesture, posture and other communicative skills are more important. But when we are interacting online, so gesture, posture और वो सारी चीजें हमारे लिए इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं रह जाती। तो उसके लिए हमें अपनी टीचिंग को एक ज्यादा इंटरेक्टिव वे में बनाना पड़ेगा, so that student could involve themselves and learn by their own। और खास करके जब हम बात करते हैं तो हमारा ब्लूम्स टैक्सोनॉमी में क्रिएटिविटी लेवल तक हमें जाकर के पहुंचाना है स्टूडेंट्स को। वी कांट कन्फाइन अप टू ओनली अंडरस्टैंडिंग लेवल। सो विद दिस आवर टीचर शुड बी वेरी एंथुसियास्टिक एंड वार्म एंड अप्रोचेबल, बट टीचर हैज हिज ओन पर्सनल लाइफ। ऐसा भी नहीं है कि रात को 8 बजे किसी स्टूडेंट ने फोन किया और टीचर अवेलेबल रही, रात को 11 बजे किसी स्टूडेंट को जरूरत पड़ी और टीचर अवेलेबल रहे। उसके लिए ऑनलाइन में भी वी हैव सर्टेन प्लेटफॉर्म्स वेयर स्टूडेंट कुड जस्ट पुट द क्वेश्चन एंड टीचर कुड आंसर द क्वेश्चन और रिस्पॉन्ड द क्वेरी। सो अलर्ट एंड वॉचफुल, firm and reasonable, fair and consistent, these are the certain qualities. Rather, our teachers are having much more qualities which are expected now these days, but in some areas we need to learn a bit more. थोड़ा और ज्यादा सीखने की हमें जरूरत है। टीचिंग के लिए भी हमें जो 4 इंपॉर्टेंट जो एरियाज की हम बात करते हैं, लर्निंग स्टाइल कहाँ इफेक्टिव होती है? वन इज विजुअल, ऑडिटरी, रीड, राइट एंड काइनेस्टिक. When we are just using images, ultimately student has more interest in those images. When we are showing maps, when we are showing graphics, and organizers, when we are organizing our lectures with the help of graphics, image and maps, so it is helpful in understanding some new information by the students. Simultaneously, when we are just auditory, students are learning, listening to us. They, when we are speaking, when we are delivering, we are discussing, it also improves their skills. Then few students, when they are learning their words and just writing their several notes, taking and translating abstract concept into words. So ultimately, student has a connectivity of visual, auditory, reading and writing, and more importantly, when students is talking about understanding any new concept, the student has to learn the best through tactile representation information. Ultimately, hands-on practice. When we are providing any hands-on practice to the student could easily understand it. When we are providing this tactile practice, it means we are talking about the connectivity with the sense of touch, and the student could enjoy it. We have several other important issues related to it, or rather we can't say it, these are the issues. These are the important aspect of helping the learning. Multiple intelligence. Now we are much ahead of multiple intelligence. It was earlier multiple intelligence. Initially, we were confined up to IQ, emotional quotient. Then gradually this multiple intelligence came into existence. Then emotional quotient came into existence. Then social quotient came into existence. And there was one more quotient that's what's called as spiritual quotient that also came into existence. But here our purpose is just to make the or just facilitate the learner. And the how do we just facilitate the learner when we are talking about any student? So ultimately, in multiple intelligence, we have several different areas, and these are the different areas. When we are talking about verbal linguistics, it means we could teach our students storytelling, group discussion. When we are involving our students in storytelling, group discussion, lecture method, word games, and puzzles and quizzes. So ultimately, our ultimate purpose is just to increase the verbal linguistics. Then logical, mathematical, brain teaser, experiments, and more importantly, problem solving. When we give any task to a student to solve that problem, that also important. Then through picture, mind mapping, or art activities, in fact, we could see the emotions in pictures, we could see the emotions in drawing, we could see the emotions in painting, and music also. When somebody is in a bad mood, if that particular person just could listen to music for some time, for up to some extent, थोड़ी देर के लिए भी अगर कोई आदमी म्यूजिक सुनता है तो उसका अल्टीमेटली पूरा पूरा मूड चेंज हो जाता है. So that is also important. I'm not talking while we are teaching, we need to take help of these, but basically we have to inculcate these areas which are the strength of any student. जो किसी भी एक विद्यार्थी की जो strength है उसको हम किस तरीके से और अच्छे से improve कर सकते हैं. Because earlier there was a concept of the purpose of psychology was to just repair the problems. Now the new concept came into existence with the name of positive psychology. कि किसी बच्चे के अंदर जो strength है उस strength को और ज़्यादा improve करिए, so that कि बच्चे के साथ वो problem ही ना आए. So we are just moving ahead. Then to improve the interpersonal skills of any child, maybe role play, maybe simulation and peer tutoring. More importantly, the nature study. All the students have a different ability. We can't teach all the students with the same methodology, with the same standard, or with the same style. Each and every student has different methods and different methodology. So we need to just make some differentiation in the instructional strategy also, because all the students have some differences. Few students could understand easily, some students it may take some more time. कुछ स्टूडेंट्स के लिए दूसरी स्ट्रेटेजी काम करेगी, दूसरे स्टूडेंट के लिए दूसरी स्ट्रेटेजी काम करेगी. So ultimately we need to diagnose the students. We diagnose the students कि किस तरह की प्रॉब्लम के लिए हम किस तरह का सॉल्यूशन करें, और ये डिफरेंशिएटेड इंस्ट्रक्शंस के अंदर पॉसिबल हो सकता है when we try to improve the learning outcome, because we are confined to just make the learning outcome. आपके बच्चे ने पढ़ने के बाद क्या सीखा, एक स्टूडेंट को जो हमने ट्रेनिंग दी उसके बाद उसका लर्निंग आउटकम क्या हुआ. इनफैक्ट वी हैड एग्जांपल्स. एक बच्चा जो ग्रेजुएट भी कर लिया, ग्रेजुएट करने के बाद भी अगर उसका कोई बैंकिंग का काम बता दिया, वो बच्चा हेल्प की जरूरत मानता है, किसी से मदद लेने की कोशिश करता है. और आफ्टर अटेंडिंग graduation or after completing intermediate, whether that child is able to travel in a train, whether that child is able to do his or her banking by his or her own, whether that child is able to communicate from one place to another place. तो ये जो बेसिक से सारी की सारी जो चीजें हैं वो हमारे आउटकम में डिपेंड करेंगी कि एक बच्चे के पास डिग्री होल्डर तो है, लेकिन वो बच्चा डिग्री होल्डर के बियॉन्ड कुछ नहीं है. तो वो सारी की सारी चीजों में दैट चाइल्ड इज कंप्लीटली डिपेंडेंट अपॉन द पेरेंट्स. So ये सारी की सारी चीजों से हमें छुटकारा पाना पड़ेगा. और when we are talking about the differentiate response, so ultimately it depends upon the three important aspects. One is interest of child. Every child has different interest. Learning profile of each and every child is different. सबका अलग अलग तरीका है काम करने का, सबका लर्निंग प्रोफाइल भी अलग अलग है. कुछ बच्चों को कब पढ़ना है, कुछ बच्चों को कब काम करना है. तो ये सारी की सारी चीजें भी हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट हैं. Then ये जो तीन कंपोनेंट हैं ये हमें बताते हैं कि बच्चे का इंटरेस्ट को हमें ध्यान रखना है, लर्निंग प्रोफाइल को हमें ध्यान रखना है, और बच्चे की रेडीनेस को भी हमें चेक करके चलना है. तभी हम उसको आगे चला सकते हैं, क्योंकि हमें अल्टीमेट लर्निंग आउटकम को फोकस करके स्टडी कराना है. नाउ सेवरल इंपॉर्टेंट पेडागोजीज आर emerging. These are the emerging trends. What are these emerging trends? Now we are moving from learning new pedagogies. What are those pedagogies? We are just moving towards online teaching instead of offline teaching. अभी आप लोगों के साथ इतना अच्छा संवाद चल रहा है, इतना अच्छा इंटरेक्शन हो रहा है, इतनी अच्छी बात हो रही है. थोड़े बहुत टेक्निकल ग्लिचेस हो सकते हैं, बट इसके अलावा बाकी चीजों का एडवांटेज है. अदरवाइज तो सभी लोगों को एक साथ आना पड़ता, सब लोगों को एक साथ मिलना पड़ता, सब लोगों को, ऑर्गेनाइजर्स को भी काफी कुछ प्रॉब्लम होती है, उनको एकोमोडेशन का अरेंजमेंट करना पड़ता, बाकी ट्रैवल का अरेंजमेंट करना पड़ता, पार्टिसिपेंट्स को भी आना पड़ता. सो अल्टीमेटली वी आर सेविंग लॉट ऑफ एनर्जी एंड लॉट ऑफ टाइम विद दिस ऑनलाइन pedagogies. So these are the important areas, and we are increased sharing of power between the instructor and the student. Now students and instructors are connected equally well, and I'm not advocating that we should move online 100%, but we could just move, or we could follow these online pedagogies up to some extent, which are permissible under UGC, which are permissible under National Education Policy, and few things which I would like to share in the coming slides, how we could just save our time. Then increase use of technology in delivering, in student support, and in assistance and new forms of student assessment. We have several new forms of assessment of students. So what are those students? We have several steps. What are those steps? These are the steps. Emphasis on student-centric approach. When we are talking about the pedagogies, we are talking about constructive pedagogy, constructive approach. हम कंस्ट्रक्ट करने की बात करते हैं, वो पहले वाले टाइम हमारे खत्म हो गए हैं कि जब हम चलने की बात नहीं करते थे. अब हम जो है कंस्ट्रक्टिव अप्रोच की बात कर रहे हैं कि जो हमारी पेडागोजी है वो इस तरह की होनी चाहिए जिसमें चाइल्ड सेंट्रिक अप्रोच की बात होनी चाहिए, जिसके सेंटर में चाइल्ड होना चाहिए और उसकी लर्निंग को हम किस तरीके से अच्छा कर सकते हैं वो हमें ध्यान रखने की जरूरत है. We need to focus on new discoveries. Several things we could discover. We could make several models. And we need to explore and experiment because several experiments and several things are necessary or several things are important. Project work, problem-based approach. This is most important aspect. Problem solving and problem-based approach. These approaches are most important for the students. In fact, a student after attaining any degree, maybe MBA or any other degree, whenever they just go into field, whenever they find any difficulty or any problem, it is sometimes difficult for them to manage that situation or those circumstances. अगर बच्चे को पहले से हम उस चीज के लिए ट्रेंड कर देंगे तो उसको प्रॉब्लम कम आएगी. और इसीलिए क्या होता है कि आज की डेट में जो स्पून फीडिंग का जो कॉन्सेप्ट भी चल रहा है, जिसकी वजह से बच्चा बाहर जाकर के बहुत अच्छा नहीं कर पा रहा, वो रहेगा घर में काम करेगा. We need to provide that facility also कि जिसके अंदर हमारे बारे में भी बात करें, हमारे वैल्यू सिस्टम को भी समझे, हमारे कल्चर को भी समझे, हमारी बाकी चीजों को भी समझे और उसके साथ साथ वो एजुकेशन ले. एजुकेशन डजंट मीन कि वो बच्चा हमारे वैल्यू सिस्टम को समझ जाए, हमारे कल्चर को छोड़ दे या बाकी चीजों को छोड़ दे. तो दोज थिंग्स आर आल्सो इक्वली इंपॉर्टेंट. In fact, one thing which is related to this national education policy, most of the researches, when we are just doing any kind of research, वो research mostly compulsion में की जाती है कि यूजीसी के लिए मैंडेटरी रिक्वायरमेंट है टू बिकम एन असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, सो लेट अस डू रिसर्च, या किसी और चीज के रिक्वायरमेंट है, दैट इज ए रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ रेगुलेटरी बॉडी, दैट्स व्हाई वी आर परस्यूइंग रिसर्च. आई एम नॉट सेइंग इट्स 100% करेक्ट, बट up to some extent few people are especially pursuing their research because they know it is the mandatory requirement of the regulatory body and they want to just mere complete the requirement instead of having any much interest on research. कुछ लोग जिनका रिसर्च में ध्यान नहीं रहता, इंटरेस्ट नहीं रहता है और they are not prepared for research. वो इसीलिए करते हैं कि उनको फैकल्टी बनना है, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर के लिए पीएचडी होना जरूरी है या टीचिंग जॉब में जाने के लिए पीएचडी होना जरूरी है. इनफैक्ट अभी तो कुछ दिन के लिए उसको रोक दिया गया है ड्यू टू कोविड पेंडेमिक, बट अल्टीमेटली दे न्यू इट. देन व्हेन वी आर जस्ट यूजिंग द रिफ्लेक्टिव लर्निंग इज इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज with the help of reflective learning, student could be able to a thoughtful learning. That is also a thoughtful learning. Teacher role is just to guide to scaffold learning. टीचर का जो रोल बच गया वो केवल एक फैसिलिटेटर का रोल बचा है और वो एक सपोर्ट का रोल कर रहा है, स्टूडेंट को खुद लर्न करने के लिए हेल्प करने का काम बचा है. जो मोर इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग विच इज डायग्नोस्टिक असेसमेंट. किसी भी चीज को पहले से असेस कर लिया जाए कि व्हाट स्टूडेंट्स ऑलरेडी नो एंड व्हाट इज एसेंशियल फॉर दैट स्टूडेंट टू नो. ये चीजें हमारे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि स्टूडेंट क्या जानता है, स्टूडेंट को और क्या हमें सिखाना पड़ेगा और क्या उसको सिखाना चाहिए. ये चीजें हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. असेसमेंट के हमारे दो मेथड हैं. एक असेसमेंट का जिसकी हम डायग्नोस्टिक की बात करते हैं, तो अल्टीमेटली दैट डायग्नोस्टिक इज रिक्वायर्ड असेसमेंट बिफोर लर्निंग. बिफोर लर्निंग अगर एक बच्चे का कोई डायग्नोसिस हो जाता है, एक असेसमेंट हो जाता है, देन ओनली वी विल बी एबल टू जस्ट नो कि अब इस बच्चे को करिकुलम के अंदर बाकी चीजों के अंदर किस तरह की और रिक्वायरमेंट है, किस तरह की और चीजें की जाती है. इनफैक्ट वन इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग विच इज रिलेटेड टू दिस एकेडमिक बैंक ऑफ क्रेडिट. Academic bank of credit is not a new concept in Western countries or in other countries. In fact, when I was working with Fiji National University, they have a system of trimester. We have a semester system. They used to follow the trimester system. 3-3 महीने का उनका trimester system होता था. कुछ बच्चे क्या करते थे कि 1 या 2 पेपर क्वालिफाई करते थे, then उसके बाद they start earning. After earning, they used to collect some money. Then they could again join any program. कोई सर्टिफिकेट कोर्स कभी ज्वाइन कर लिया, उसके बाद कभी कोई डिप्लोमा प्रोग्राम ज्वाइन कर लिया, देन उसके बाद उसी को बेसिस पर सर्टिफिकेट टू डिप्लोमा टू डिग्री, वो उसी ट्रैक में चलते रहते थे। बच्चा अर्निंग भी करता था, बच्चा उसके बाद आगे भी चलता था। वहां पर कुछ इस तरह के असेसमेंट भी होते थे। फॉर्मेटिव असेसमेंट जो लर्निंग के लिए बहुत ही जरूरी है, जिस फॉर्मेटिव असेसमेंट की हम बात करते हैं, जिसमें स्टूडेंट्स को वी नीड टू प्रोवाइड फीडबैक एंड reinforcement and especially the prescriptive action, because when we are diagnosing anything तो उसके अंदर कुछ prescriptive action भी तो हमें स्टूडेंट को देना पड़ेगा, अदरवाइज तो डायग्नोसिस का कोई मतलब नहीं बचा है। एंड असेसमेंट अल्टीमेटली जो हम बात करते हैं वो किस तरीके से होने चाहिए, वो टीचिंग प्रोग्राम के बाद रिजल्ट की बात करते हैं। सो here we could be able to just differentiate between these two assessments. When we are talking about formative assessment, it means we are talking about self-assessment. Now it's mandatory in this new education policy or national education policy that student could make their own assessment. Simultaneously, peer assessment is also important. Teacher assessment is also important. Then concept mapping, discussion forums. We have different blogs, we have different wikis, we have different chat, we have quizzes and rubrics. But when we are talking about summative assessment, it means we are talking about projects, portfolios, e-portfolio, presentations, MCQs, objective, short, long, and long answers, which we are doing. Earlier, the purpose of this blended mode, earlier we have a traditional system of teaching. Now we are just moving towards blended learning. When in blended learning, what is happening? In blended learning, we are using both the concepts, both the models, offline as well as online. So when an individual is doing or when an individual is just studying, ultimately that student or is making online learning. Then after that, teacher-led small instructions, small groups are there. Then collaborative learning. The more important concept now these days is collaborative learning. When students are learning together, and in some concepts students are learning with peer-to-peer. One concept I would like to share with you in next PPTs. Flipped classroom. When we're talking about flipped classroom, earlier the concept of student was just to do the reading. When reading, student is in the class, or teacher used to deliver lecture, student gain first exposure to the material first time when teacher and student interact in the class. After class, ultimately faculty job is over. Student do homework and practice and apply that material. Now, before class, a student is given first-hand exposure to material through videos, through reading materials, which is being provided to the student, so student could easily get that material easily. During the classroom, the student is able to communicate, or student is able to complete that assignment or quiz to ensure that preparation at the time of class, before class or at the time of class. The student's learning, student has certain queries, student has some issues related to that particular topic. During the class, a student will get an opportunity to clear or just get the responses of his or her queries during the classroom. जब बच्चे की क्लास होगी, क्लास में टीचर से वो अपने सवाल जवाब कर सकते हैं, उनकी जो जिज्ञासा है उसको शांत कर सकते हैं और कुछ क्वेश्चंस को वो कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं, और स्टूडेंट आपस में कोलैबोरेटिव लर्निंग का काम भी करते हैं। और ये कोलैबोरेटिव लर्निंग केवल स्टूडेंट के बीच में नहीं है, टीचर स्टूडेंट के बीच में भी है। टेपेक सभी लोग जानते ही होंगे टेपेक के बारे में, कि जो हमारे जो टेपेक का जो मॉडल जो था, टेपेक के में अंदर भी क्या बात हो रही थी, टेपेक की जो हम बात करते थे, टेक्नोलॉजिकल पेडागोजिकल कंटेंट नॉलेज। व्हेन वी टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस टेपेक, we are talking about certain different important aspects. Technological knowledge, which is mandatory now these days. Then टेक्नोलॉजिकल कंटेंट नॉलेज विच इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट, जो हम लोगों ने जैसे हमने एकदम ऑनलाइन के लिए स्विच ओवर किया था, उस समय हम लोगों के पास टेक्नोलॉजिकल कंटेंट नॉलेज कम थी. हम नोट से कि सब लोगों को नहीं थी, कुछ लोगों को थी, कुछ लोगों को नहीं थी. अब यहाँ पर दो नए कॉन्सेप्ट हैं, पहला कंटेंट नॉलेज, दूसरा टेक्नोलॉजिकल कंटेंट नॉलेज. या दो जो इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट हैं, कंटेंट नॉलेज एज वेल एज टेक्नोलॉजिकल कंटेंट नॉलेज. देन मोर इंपॉर्टेंटली दिस पेडागोजिकल कंटेंट नॉलेज केवल कंटेंट नॉलेज से डिलीवरी नहीं हो सकती, टेक्नोलॉजिकल कंटेंट नॉलेज से डिलीवरी नहीं हो सकती. डिलीवरी जो अल्टीमेटली होगी वो पेडागोजिकल कंटेंट नॉलेज से होगी. एंड मोर इंपॉर्टेंटली पेडागोजिकल नॉलेज. उसके बाद जब हमारा ये पूरा का पूरा जो कॉन्सेप्ट कंप्लीट हो जाता है, यहां पर हमारा जो सिस्टम आएगा दैट इज पेडागोजिकल कंटेंट नॉलेज. दिस इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट. ये हमारे सभी एस्पेक्ट को कवर करता है, इसलिए इस टेपेट मॉडल को हम इंपॉर्टेंस देते हैं. नाउ वन इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट related, now we have Moodles. I think I need you to explain more about Moodles. Everybody knew about Moodle. Moodle is an online learning platform and which enable us to create online courses, add assignments, and we could easily keep an eye to the students' progress through this Moodle. And it's very easy and very reliable platform. Besides that, we could easily consult hot potatoes. It also includes 6 applications, and these 6 applications enabling us to create interactive multiple choice, as well as when we are talking about short answers, jumbled sentences, crosswords, matching, more importantly, ordering, gap fill exercise for the worldwide. It's a web. Then Hot Potatoes is a freeware, and we could use it for any purpose, whichever project we like, because these short answer, jumbled sentences, crossword, matching orders, these are applicable anytime or anywhere in any topic, in any concept. Then Kahoot is also a tool, and the purpose of this tool is just to motivate and activate the students' learning, because it can test their knowledge and it reiterate important concept and help them retain information. It also provides instructions, or ultimately it is helpful to the instructor, the ability to further create class discussion and student to student interaction, which is more important when we are talking about student to student interaction, which is obviously important. Then Gubrick is also important, and Gubrick is a rubric-based assessment which is designed to guide student, and the purpose is just to make the learning and revision of the students, and it's an instructional tool. Rubric is an instructional tool where the students are aware about different criteria when they are working, engaging with them regularly, so that they could just have their own self-assessment and peer assessment. Then Flipgrid, it's also website, and simultaneous it's an app also that allows teacher to facilitate video discussions. It is also important, and it's very interesting too. When we're talking about IL, Insert Learning. Insert Learning is also an app. With the help of this app, we could just assign or share Google Classroom. We could have sticky notes, questions, and discussions. Then Padlet. Padlet is also very important. It's also free online tool. And this tool is really online notice board. Ultimately, this Padlet is used as online notice board, or it can be used by students and teacher to post notes on a common page, where student and teacher could post notes on the common page. Then Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle is also video lesson. Here we can have three important aspects in this Edpuzzle. First is we could make our own video, or we could easily just upload any video which we have created or which we have constructed, and we could also reuse the video lesson basically created by another teacher. Simultaneously, we could edit that video to create our lesson, or more importantly, assign that video to our students and check our progress in real time when they are, our student could learn with their own pace, with their own speed. One more important thing which I would like to share with you, that is pedagogy. I'm supervising a student who is working with me as PhD scholar, and she is working in this area, pedagogy. Pedagogy was a concept which was given in the America by Reingold. And Reingold is an academician, rather he was a teacher of ICT. And when he was just practicing teaching, he found that pedagogy, which we could refer as paragogy. Because when we are talking about pedagogy, we need to follow this pedagogy, andragogy, heterogogy. We have number of other gogies also. So instead of following one simple pedagogy, we need to switch over to other important aspects also. So this pedagogy, when we are talking about this pedagogy, which refers to the collaboration of best practices, this pedagogy is called as paragogy as well. So here we are using the collection of best practices of effective peer learning. Here the important concept is peer learning, or here the learning is take place from peer to peer, and learning and teaching that address the challenges of peer producing. And it is useful in supportive content of self-directed learning. The important aspect of this pedagogy is the student could be able to interact with peer-to-peer, and they could use it for their own speed. They could socially construct approaches also there, because we are talking about value education, we are talking about value system, we are talking about our culture, we are talking about our society. These things are also very important. These ingredients rather important to live a happy life. कोई भी इतना भी बड़ा टेक्नोक्रेट बने, कोई कितना भी बड़ा डॉक्टर बने, कुछ भी बने, ultimately every person is part of the society and we have to serve for the society. Ultimately those things, those value system, those cultural aspects should be there. So here the purpose is just pedagogy. We are just one student is working in the teams, peer-to-peer learning, and a student could construct this social constructivism also. And it is totally opposite the traditional led model. So when we are talking about the traditionally led model, it means we should be introducing something new. And it is based upon teaching learning practices which solve the problem. Here the important aspect is to solving the problem. In teaching also, our ultimate purpose is what? Our ultimate purpose is just to solve the problems. Or just analyzing them. Jointly formation of online educational environment, it's very important. Students, with the help of this pedagogy, used to make their own learning environment or educational environment, and they are creating several important things which are important for any teaching or any discussion, and they are developing and functioning of e-learning communities. So these are the important principles of this pedagogy. It is changing context as a decentered center. Earlier, the things which we used was centralized, but here thing is just decentralizing. We are decentralizing the things. Meta learning is a font of knowledge, which is obviously very important, and all peers are equal. Every person in the team has equal role to play. Simultaneously, we need to follow that system also, that differentiating learning is also essential. जो लोग differentiated learning में भी हैं, क्योंकि हमें समझना है कि peers सारे equal हैं, ये बात सही है, but उनके अंदर भी सभी का अपना interest अलग होगा, सबका pace अलग होगा, सबकी speed अलग होगी, सबका काम करने का तरीका अलग होगा, तो वो चीज में हमें समझनी पड़ेगी. And learning is distributed in non-linear system. Learning is distributed in non-linear system. तो ये non-linear जो system रहेगा हमारा, ये सबसे महत्वपूर्ण चीज हो जाती है कि learning non-linear system में चलेगी, and we need to follow certain new technologies which are essential instead of following a simple pedagogy. These are the certain examples. Traditional learning, where instructor has importance, but here purpose is just learning. Purpose is learning. Instructor, in the traditional system, instructor has a major role. Instructor instruct the students, and the students just get that knowledge, and ultimately learning take place. But here, the ultimate purpose is just to improve the learning. The purpose is just to make the learning. How this take place? Students learn from different cartoons. When they are watching cartoons, when they are making cartoons, when just interacting on a common platform, and they are watching a cartoons, ultimately they know it. Then image gallery. With image gallery, the students are able to imagine, just it's increase or improve their imagination power. Simultaneously, Storyfy timeline, video collage. Different collages are given, like we are just making different collage of other things. Here, we just need to create this video collage. Twitter mashup, then पॉडकास्ट के बारे में तो भी हमने बात की है. तो ये सारे के सारे हमारे पर्पस होते हैं. यहाँ पर जो पीयर लर्निंग का जो काम रहता है, यहाँ पर पीयर शेयर प्रोजेक्ट्स की बात करते हैं. जो स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं वो एक दूसरे को सिखाते हैं, एक दूसरे से सीखते हैं, तो यहाँ पर लर्निंग ज्यादा अच्छी होती है. टीचर का रोल केवल एक फैसिलिटेटर का रोल होता है. और जो हमारा जो न्यू इसमें कॉन्सेप्ट अभी है, ऑल्दो हमारे काफी समय से ये कॉन्सेप्ट है स्टूडेंट सेंट्रिक लर्निंग, बट हमारा जो पर्पस है वो लर्निंग को फैसिलिटेट करना है. लर्निंग को फैसिलिटेट करने के लिए वी नीड टू फॉलो सर्टेन एस्पेक्ट्स, और ये हो सकते हैं इसके अंदर कार्टून्स हो सकते हैं, पॉडकास्ट हो सकते हैं, वीडियो कॉलेज हो सकते हैं, ट्विटर मैशअप हो सकते हैं, स्टोरीफाई टाइमलाइन हो सकते हैं, इमेजिंग गैलरीज हो सकती हैं. तो इस तरह की कुछ चीजें हम इसमें कर सकते हैं. और यहाँ पर जो हमारा पर्पस है, पीयर्स क्या करते हैं? पीयर्स ब्लॉग्स के थ्रू काम कर लेते हैं, लर्निंग एप्स होते हैं, डिफरेंट लर्निंग एप्स के थ्रू काम सीख लेते हैं, एक दूसरे से इंटरेक्ट करते हैं, और कोलैबोरेटिव एफर्ट्स उसमें लगता है. व्हेन दे आर वर्किंग इन कोलैबोरेटिव एफर्ट्स, तो उनके अंदर एक दूसरी भावना भी पैदा होती है कि उनके अंदर टीम के अंदर काम करने की एक भावना होती है. जैसे हम मैनेजमेंट की जो हम बात करते हैं कि उनके अंदर लीडरशिप स्किल्स भी जनरेट होते हैं, इनकलकेट होते हैं. साथ में जो हम बात करते हैं उसके स्टूडेंट्स की बात हम जब करते हैं, तो स्टूडेंट्स के अंदर एक दूसरे का इंटरेस्ट को देखने की भी बात होती है. उनके अंदर सोशलाइजेशन भी होता है। तो यहाँ जब टीम में काम करते हैं तो रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी शेयर करने की भी बात होती है कि वो एक दूसरे के साथ रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी भी शेयर कर सकते हैं। साइमल्टेनियसली क्या होता है कि उनके कोलैबोरेटिव एफर्ट्स होते हैं और उनको ये पता है कि जिस तरीके से जो लर्निंग उनकी होती है उसके अंदर ये सारी की सारी चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है, सारी चीजें महत्वपूर्ण है। देन we have number of open education resources, we have YouTube channels, we have learning apps, we have number of things. When these things are easily available in open education resources, so ultimate purpose is this, to get only learning outcome, and it is possible when peers are working together, working on blogs, working, learning on apps, their collaborative efforts, getting facilities of open educational resources, YouTube, learning apps, etc. And the role of teacher is as a facilitator. Ultimately, learning outcome जो आया, ये हमारे लिए बहुत important और ये मॉडल अभी it's we are working on it. Rather, it's the model of my student. Now, we have our own knowledge, or the purpose is just to peer-to-peer learning. Then purpose is just in order to identify all such conceptual elements of pedagogy. The purpose is just to design a teaching learning model. और उसके अंदर भी हमारा जो पर्पस रहता है कि ओवरऑल लर्निंग जो एक्सपीरियंस है स्टूडेंट्स का वो ज्यादा कंड्यूसिव एनवायरनमेंट में हो और वर्थवाइल हो, कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा अच्छे से अच्छी बच्चे की लर्निंग हम करा सकें, स्टूडेंट की लर्निंग हम अच्छे से अच्छी करा सकें। देन कुछ एक्सपेरिमेंट्स, नाउ in next few PPTs I would like to share with you my own experiences, which the practices which are being followed in our university as execution of NEP 2020. The student has to take certain open elective courses. सभी जगह पर हमारे यहाँ CBCS में एक पैटर्न है, CBCS में हमें स्टूडेंट्स को ओपन इलेक्टिव कोर्सेज देने होते हैं। अंजलि मैडम टाइम का भी बता दीजिए, कहीं ज्यादा समय ना लें।
Sir, you can take another 10-15 minutes, then we will take the question answers.
Okay, ma'am. Right.
जी.
So when we are just providing open elective under CBCS pattern, कुछ कोर्सेज में वो फैसिलिटीज अवेलेबल नहीं होती, स्टूडेंट दूसरी जगह जाना नहीं चाहता या कोई और कुछ इश्यूज के साथ रहता है, तो वी आर जस्ट एक्सपीरियंसिंग इट. We have several courses which are available in Swayam platform. हम केवल उसका क्रेडिट का मैपिंग करते हैं, 4 credit course, 3 credit course, और we will give the opportunity to student to get himself or herself registered with that platform, and the student will get a basket of reward. He could easily check or he could easily get that system in a democratic way. Student could do that course by his or her own pace. There are no hard boundaries, and the student will get unlimited options. After completing that particular course, the student get a degree, a mark sheet, and that mark sheet is submitted to our examination branch, and we map the credit of course, and ultimately उस student का वो एक course हम complete मानते हैं. Say it's a 4 credit course. If a student has 20 courses, student has 50 courses, student has n number of options, he could take any open elective. We are not just insisting any student to do that. What are online activities which we are doing? We are reviewing chapters online. Students could easily review the chapters online. We are providing options to the students. Student could read the chapters. We could discuss that. Then we also just using this fishbowl method. Here we are dividing the students in 2 different groups. One group is just discussing, another group is observing. After that, the another group is just discussing or just presenting, and the previous group is just observing. Under the system, the students are getting peer observation. Simultaneously, students are getting feedback from the peers. अब यहाँ पर जो peer observation है वो स्टूडेंट कर सकता है, peer अपने ऑब्जर्व भी कर सकता है, अपना डिस्कशन भी कर सकता है, अपने बारे में फीडबैक भी ले सकता है. We could easily facilitate or we are just conducting debate and group discussions online. ग्रुप डिस्कशन इजीली हो सकता है, वन बाय वन हम अपॉर्चुनिटी देते हैं. एंड मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली वी आर आल्सो कंडक्टिंग दिस अवेयरनेस क्विज. अंडर दिस अवेयरनेस क्विज वी आर जस्ट मेकिंग सेवरल ग्रुप्स ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स एंड वी आर गिविंग डिफरेंट नेम्स. से Lily to one group, another name to another group, another name to another group. We are just dividing the students into 3 different groups and we are just putting our question and the student has to respond within a stipulated time and the student could respond online. If it's a say multiple questions answer, then the student could easily put answer 4, 5 or whatever we are just asking. So these quizzes are easily available. Then extempore writing also, with the help of online students are writing, we are just checking together. ये पॉसिबिलिटी हमारे पास है, हम ये कर लेते हैं. इसके अलावा वेबसाइट वॉक थ्रू, ये बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग एक चीज लगी है कि हम कुछ डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के जो वेबसाइट है उसके ऊपर भी बच्चे वॉक थ्रू करते हैं. वॉक थ्रू कैसे करेंगे कि अगर किसी वेबसाइट के लिए वी आर जस्ट असाइनिंग पर्टिकुलर टाइम लाइन टू द स्टूडेंट्स. यस, यू हैव टू जस्ट वॉक थ्रू दिस पर्टिकुलर वेबसाइट. Students are doing it individually as in the groups and we are just assigning. You have to just find out the vision and mission and just write down it. So बच्चा 15 मिनट 10 मिनट जो भी हमने या 1 घंटा आधा घंटा जो भी हमने टाइम डिसाइड किया उस टाइम के अंदर बच्चा क्या करेगा कि उस वेबसाइट को देखेगा. देखने के बाद उसके जो इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट्स होंगे वो हमें बताएगा. इंडिविजुअल भी किया जा सकता है ये टास्क और ये ग्रुप में भी बच्चे कर लेते हैं. 2-2 3 का ग्रुप भी हम बना देते हैं. अब बच्चा वहां देख रहा है कि उस वेबसाइट के अंदर उसका बच्चे जिस वेबसाइट को देख रहा है कि व्हाट इज द विजन, मिशन क्या है, उसका एम क्या है एंड व्हाट आर द बेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अबाउट व्हिच वी आर टॉकिंग. देन फील्ड ट्रिप, सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट जो चीज और सबसे इजी टाइम सेविंग जो चीज लगी दैट इज फील्ड ट्रिप. वी यूज टू सेंड आवर स्टूडेंट्स फॉर फील्ड ट्रिप्स और जिसमें खास करके कुछ सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स के लिए स्टूडेंट्स को भेजते थे, कुछ सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप से इंटरेक्शन कराते थे और वहां पर कुछ डिफरेंट जो प्रोग्राम्स होते थे उन प्रोग्राम्स के अंदर भी ये देखते थे कि सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप में बच्चा कैसे इंटरेक्ट करता है, सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप में किस तरह के उनके प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, किस तरीके से उनका काम है. तो वहां पर जाकर के एनी सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप हैव डिफरेंट वी कैन से पेविलियंस और वी कैन से डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स. तो उनके जो डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स होते थे, मान लीजिए उसका फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी का कोई है, स्किलिंग सेंटर है, उसका कोई स्टॉक का है, कोई मार्केटिंग का है, कोई बिलिंग सेक्शन है. इतने जो मल्टीपल जो सेक्शंस होते थे, बच्चा सुबह निकलता था एंड दे यूज्ड टू टेक लॉन्ग टाइम टू ट्रेवल एंड रीच अप टू दैट प्लेस. आफ्टर दैट within that department or within that institution student has to walk and it take long time. बच्चे को बहुत ज्यादा समय लग जाता था. लेकिन अब हम क्या करते हैं कि बच्चे को हम ले जाते हैं ऑनलाइन, ये सारे काम हम करा देते हैं. वहां पर एक उनके ग्रुप को हम बात कर लेते हैं, वो इजीली ऑनलाइन हमें सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप से बात करा देते हैं, उनकी फैसिलिटेट कर देता है. स्टूडेंट अपने ग्रुप में बैठा होता है, वहां पर जाकर के उनसे डिस्कशन हो जाता है. फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी में मान लीजिए हमें जाना, उस डिपार्टमेंट में हम चले जाएंगे. स्किलिंग सेंटर में व्हाट आर देयर प्रोडक्ट, व्हाट आर देयर एक्टिविटीज, हाउ टू मेक इट. कोई भी एग्जांपल अगर हम इसमें करते हैं तो इस तरीके से हमें स्किलिंग सेंटर की भी बात हो जाती है. देन डिफरेंट स्टॉल्स, उसमें भी हमारी इजीली बात हो जाती है. मार्केटिंग का काम भी इजी हो जाता है. बिलिंग का सेक्शन है उसको भी इधर ऑब्जर्व करना है तो लेते हैं. तो ये सारे के सारे छोटे छोटे प्रैक्टिसेस हैं जिसकी वजह से वी सेव लॉट ऑफ टाइम एंड एनर्जी ऑफ आवर स्टूडेंट्स. आई एम नॉट अगेंस्ट द ऑफलाइन क्लासेस, फेस टू फेस टीचिंग. डेफिनेटली आई एम in favor of face-to-face teaching, but with the help of technology we could save our time in some activities. We have made certain study circles of students. Students are interacting in those circles and they are just studying by their own, putting their ideas, and one person who is monitor their activities. The student किसी दूसरे डायरेक्शन में तो नहीं जा रहा, वो उनको फैसिलिटेटर का काम करते हैं, वो स्टडी सर्कल्स बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं। स्टोरी टेलिंग का काम है, बहुत अच्छी एक्टिविटी है, वो इजीली हो जाता है। पीयर ट्यूटरिंग, यहाँ पर एक बच्चे के साथ दूसरे बच्चे को हम लगा देते हैं, यहाँ पर भी पीयर ट्यूटरिंग का काम हो जाता है। ग्रुप डिस्कशन वी कुड इजीली do it, and we are also just assigning certain tasks to our student so that they could be able to solve the problems. तो ये सारे के सारे एक्टिविटीज हम करा सकते हैं। स्टडी सर्कल्स हमने बनाए हुए हैं, डिफरेंट स्टडी सर्कल्स we could easily make, and there is no time limit for study circles. Students are just finding material, they are interacting with them, and they're putting their ideas around the clock. And one person who is just mentor of that particular group is just observing the activities. Students are just telling the stories, and they just giving different ideas, new ideas. Peer tutoring facility is also there. Group discussion is also there. And more importantly, we are giving them certain assignments, और जिस assignment को कर लेते हैं और assignment वो खत्म कर लेते हैं। तो ये सारी एक्टिविटीज हम बड़े आसानी से, बड़े अच्छे से, easily we are conducting at our university. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. I'm really happy to be here. बड़ा अच्छा लगा आप सब लोगों से बात करके, मिल करके, और मुझे लगता है कि मैंने कुछ ज्यादा समय नहीं लिया है, टाइम से ही खत्म किया है।
जी सर, बिल्कुल timely presentation, and in a very effective way you have presented the ideas. So thank you so much, sir. And lot of participants, they have written in the chat box also, they are very impressed with the lecture, the way you have presented the ideas related with the pedagogical transformation. It was very effective, and I just want to read some comments which the participants has written. Dr. Preeti has written that very effective presentation. Dr. Niti Datta has also written, just a second, my mouse is not working, I think. Yes. Dr. Niti has also written that you have presented in very effective way and very informative session, very crisp session, well organized information, well depicted PPTs, very crisp information, and they are thanking you for the enriched session. So I think there are so many positive comments, and all participants are praising a lot for the presentation. So thank you once again, sir. You have taken very practical examples which are related with the pedagogical transformation, for which the teachers and students have to play a great role. And you have rightly said that various learning styles needs to be followed by the teachers, by the students in the challenging times, because we all have to follow the new education policy guidelines also. And for effective transformation, we have to use the multiple intelligence, differentiated instruction, emerging pedagogical trends in online mode, which you have highlighted in your presentation, and it's very upcoming these days. Moreover, you talked about the constructive pedagogies, the flipped learning, blended learning, and TPAC model. And I just want to share one information that one of my PhD scholar is also working in this area, TPAC model, and the scholar is here in the platform, Bani Preet. So she is working on the TPAC model in the teacher institutions. So
congratulations to both of you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So I just thought I should share that you have talked about the TPAC model, the importance of this model in the coming days. So let me tell you also, let me share with you. And once again, thank you so much on the behalf of the University School of Education, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University. We are very grateful to you, sir, for sparing your valuable time. Thank you. And thank you once again for enlightening us on the views of the pedagogical transformation in higher education in light of National Education Policy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. And I'm really grateful to each one of you.
Thank you so much.
आपकी suggestions भी अगर कुछ मिल जाते तो अच्छा रहता. How to improve it further? For the academicians.
I think आपका presentation इतना अच्छा रहा कि I think the presentation is very much self-explanatory, and
Ma'am, I
again
think there's a
I
question
can-
from Dr. Neeti Datta. I think
Neeti
there's a
Datta.
question from, yes, ma'am.
Okay, where is that?
Ma'am,
Can you
at
read one,
4:46. Yes, ma'am. It is written that thank you, sir. But one thing I always feel missing in this online mode, which is less interaction with learners. How to avoid this?
Avoid this. Yes, very good question, Dr. Neeti.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Datta. Basically, we are just switching over to online. We are not fully prepared for it. And this interaction we ultimately miss. But we have several other platforms. We have several modes where we could interact with the students in a real way. बहुत सारे ऐसे methods हैं. जैसे अभी हमने कुछ चीजों के बारे में बात की है. In fact, I am just would like to share one story with you. One day I was just looking something on this Google, and I don't know how this Google video connected to my main gate. मतलब उसने मेन गेट का वो कर लिया कि उसके बाद जो वेंडर्स थे उस तक का पिक्चर मेरे पास आ गया. तो आई वाज रियली सरप्राइज्ड कि दिस टेक्नोलॉजी इज सो पावरफुल एंड सो फास्ट व्हिच आई नेवर इमेजिन्ड ऑफ. तो जब स्टूडेंट्स के साथ भी हम इंटरेक्ट करते हैं तो अभी हम वी आर इन ए प्रैक्टिस ऑफ इंटरेक्टिंग विद द स्टूडेंट्स, स्पेशली ऑफलाइन मोड. ऑनलाइन मोड के लिए थोड़ा सा हमें अलग प्रैक्टिस को फॉलो करना पड़ेगा. और जैसे ही हमारे वो प्रैक्टिस हम शुरू करेंगे, क्योंकि स्टूडेंट्स भी तो नया है ना, स्टूडेंट्स भी ऑनलाइन के लिए प्रिपेयर्ड नहीं है. वी आर आल्सो नॉट वेरी क्लियर. सो ग्रेजुअली वी विल मूव टुवर्ड्स, एंड वी हैव सेवरल मोड्स लाइक पेडलेट हमारे पास है. उसके बाद हमारे पास एडपजल है, and pedagogy के हमारे बहुत सारे practices हैं. तो we have number of activities and we have number of platforms, number of apps. Gradually we have to just educate ourselves as well as we have to educate our students. Hopefully ये चीज भी easy हो जाएगी. जी.
जी, thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for answering the question. And Dr. Neeti is again writing, for example, this time only I can see you but not able to interact. So sorry, Dr. Neeti, because we are using the WebEx event program so that there is no problem of muting and unmuting of the participants. So very sorry for that. And because our past experience from the past experiences, we have learned that there is a problem that sometimes participants mute or unmute themselves. So then the huge noise will came from the participant sides. So that's why we have muted this time. And on the valedictory day, we will interact with each other. Thank you once again, sir. And at the end of the session,
Anjali, can you hear me?
Yeah, Dr. Shalini, and I just want to request.
I especially enjoyed pedagogy, Professor Shanwal. I really enjoyed the entire concept of pedagogy.
Thank you, Dr.
And it was very fascinating, you know, not knowing the term, but eventually you introduced us to this new term. So I really enjoyed that. I wanted to thank you for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And I also request Shalini ma'am and Sangeeta ma'am to please put your videos on so that we can have the screenshots.
Let us try.
Yeah. Hello, Sangeeta ma'am. We can see you now.
Namaskar, madam.
My option.
नमस्कार. आपका बहुत अच्छा इंटरैक्टिव, बहुत एनरिचिंग था ये जो सेशन है, और मेरी भी एक स्कॉलर ने पीयर ट्यूटरिंग पे थोड़ा सा काम किया था, मगर उसने
Yeah.
तो मुझे लगा कि देखो अंजलि मैम की स्टूडेंट ने भी केयर कर रहे हैं, मतलब इट्स यू नो यू फील द कनेक्ट। आपका बहुत अच्छा सेशन था, वेरी नाइस।
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you once again, sir. So by this, I think we have come to the end of this session. And I request all the participants to please leave the session. And again, tomorrow we will meet for the next session at 1 p.m. Namaskar, sir. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Thank you so much. जी. So कल हम फिर से मिलेंगे 1 o'clock. And tomorrow will be the 4th day of the faculty development program. So thank you once again for joining. Thank you, Sangeeta ma'am, Radhika, Paras, Banipreet, Samaira.